Hi, my name is Inegben Stanley. I'm a product manager and I have led products for various brands across various industry verticals. I have thorough background in design development, even marketing and sales. That's tech marketing and, of course, tech sales. Um, Talk of sales and business development, partnerships, enterprise account management. I have experience doing that. I have thorough experience as a product or digital marketer. Spent over 5 to 6 years in that space before I transitioned fully into product a few years ago. I remember I built my own first original product in 2019, an FYP platform. Then, I think I first built a community, more like a social community platform, 2018. Then built an FYP in 2019. I co-built with some of my guys a prop tech solution in 2020 to 2021. Then built my first edutech solution in 2022. Then went ahead to lead product for cybersecurity stroke software development firm, where I built a full-fledged educational technology solution covering LMS, TMS, and other aspects of product in the technology space. Went ahead to build Gov solutions for them. We built ERP and SMS solution for them. Also built the cybersecurity platform, which they currently use now. And then also built a side project which is called Inegben, which is Inegben, right? And over the years, I have had a different experience from having to face the part of what PM was, what I was told that PM is versus what PM was, right? And I have sat down, I've taken numerous certifications in product management. I have over 40 plus certifications in management, in PM, in product management, right? Product management, product marketing, and stuff. And as I build, I learn. In fact, what I do sometimes is I just shut out, like I don't go out of the house for like 3 to 6 months. I am working and taking courses, working and taking courses, working and taking courses. That's how I've been able to build multiple solutions across different verticals without having to will I say, fence or crumble as it were. And that led me to a question that, okay, what of this AI era? If you watch some of my YouTube videos, I have trained countless people on AI PM, like using AI for product management, from research to product structuring, to product positioning, product strategy, product design, product development, and even go to market strategy. I use AI. I taught people on how to use AI for that. I have videos on that on YouTube. And I was like, okay, in this current era, how do PMs get to skill, right? I'm not talking of experienced PM now. Even myself, I'm still a starter. I have barely 3 years as a full-time PM, right? I think roughly going to 3 years now, right? So I'll still categorize myself as an early starter. On the 24th of this month, I'll be stepping down from my role, my current role as a PM, where I've been serving for about 2 years now. Yeah. And I was like, okay, other PMs out there, whether product managers or product marketing managers or associate product managers, how do they move from desiring to wanting to build products to really building products, working for companies, and really establishing their feet as product managers? And that led me to start doing my research a couple of months ago. And in the process of doing the research, I found a lot of things that you would barely find in any PM course. And I think one of the things I'm also grateful for is I'm grateful to Product Dive. I took one of their certifications recently, which is the product managers blueprints. That is for practicing product managers. And in the course of that, I happen to learn from experienced product managers who have been building products for over 15, 20 years, right? And the way they talk, it's different from the way we, the young product managers or the early product managers or the current batch of product managers talk. We talk from a place of expertise. They talk from a place of experience. So I remember somebody asking a question about a particular scenario in their company, which I can't go into, and Mr. Akintunde Opawole was going to give a response. He kept on using scenario-based analysis too. I'm not just talking that I use scenario-based analysis too, but I'm talking of from experience how he handled it at a lower scale, higher scale, and you get. So I was like, okay, how do I also help other product managers get value when they enter this space? So I've been working on what I call the IPM, the Inegben Product Manager guide. It's going to consist of back-to-back learnings from understanding what product management really is. I redefine what product management is. I don't know if you've read this book called Essence of Marketing by Simon Majaro. I think I first read that book in 2019-2020 when we were building the prop tech solution. Then that was when I first came across that book, and since then I've been using the definitions like hit across every industry. If you watch some of my SEO and marketing videos on YouTube, you would see that I use that definition a lot to break some concept down in SEO and marketing and product marketing. So I redefine product management using that concept, right? Because in the book, Simon Majaro was going to define marketing holistically, and it's the management process of identifying, anticipating, and satisfying the customer's needs profitably, right? So I also sat and I thought of it as, okay, product management does not really start from the product manager. It starts from the founder or the management or the board or whatever you want to call it, right? If I can testify to when a product manager knows what he wants to do, but the leadership of the company does not know what they want to do, no matter how good you are as a product manager, it will affect the scaling of that product. It won't thrive. Even when it thrives, at best case scenario, to be at a mediocre stage. I also have first-hand experience of working with companies or brands that really define what they want. And I remember I was on a call recently with a few folks that reached out from LinkedIn, but one in particular stood out. We were discussing. I have a framework I use in asking product managers and business owners questions of what they are really building. And I asked and I said, okay, can you use the elevator pitch framework to identify what you guys are really doing? And then we started breaking into it. The elevator pitch framework, I think I learned that from try to remember her name now. She's a senior product manager. I think she has worked at Google. She has also worked at Meta, and I think she's currently at Adobe, I guess. I can't remember her name now. I think, is it Marilyn Nike or Marilyn Nike? I can't remember her name, but I most likely would tag her beneath this video. And that's the framework I have always taken sometimes. So product management starts from the management itself, or the owner of the business, or the owner of the product, or the founder, right? And I got to also find out that a lot of founders know what they want in terms of the idea, but don't know what they want to achieve in terms of the end products. What is defined as success, what success is. And this in turn would affect both the product and the product manager. So I redefine product management as product management is a management process responsible for identifying, anticipating, and satisfying customers' needs profitably and offering value to all related stakeholders, because value is relative in every aspect of life. I think that first place I got to really understand that concept better was when, I think last year, those of you saw my post last year when I was doing the 12-week MBA, that was when I really got to see how value could be really relatable to different stakeholders. Value to the shareholders is not value to the founder. Value to the founder is not value to the head of marketing or head of sales or head of revenue operations or head of customer support. And value to the development team is not the same value to the design team. And value to the design team is not the same value to the QA team, right? As a product manager, balancing all of this is very important. So I sat down and I said, you know what, let's do something. It's not going to be released now, probably sometimes mid next year or towards late next year, but I want to be sharing this journey publicly, as I also try to find new opportunities for myself as a product manager, right? And yeah, that is what gave birth to this framework I am working on. I'm trying to develop it on what's it called now, Notion, so that when I release it publicly, people can have access to it. And yeah, so we just completed some of the stuff. It's going to be thoroughly detailed. Each for example, module 1 alone takes about 12 weeks. I don't think I've found any course that module 1 alone is about 12 weeks. And it's going to have, for the introductory course, it's going to have 8 modules. So the total things is span is, we try to balance it as within 5 to 8 hours to 12 hours max, right? So you would get to track your progress, right? From the, what's it called now, from the Notion dashboard. You would get, for each topic you are treating, for example, if you are working on validating hypothesis as a product manager, or you're using whatever you want to do, right? So this is focus on the hypothesis case now, right? So whether you want to validate hypotheses, you want to pick a small category of users to work on, or you want to present your hypothesis, or you want to sketch 2 or 3 possible situations, everything has a task, has a video, and has a case study, right? From using global companies to anything. So you would have the videos, you would have the books relating to that particular video you just watched, then you will be given a task and projects for each stuff. Not just, so this is module 1, this is week 1. So for week 1, you have what you are learning, you have the video, you have the resources, then you have, so for week 1, Teresa Torres has a process in a book called The Continuous Discovery Habits. Forgotten the name of the book now. You would get to learn more about it, then you would build a case study around it here. So that is what I'm working on, where you learn, you implement, you practice, you build a project. So that when you get into a company, whether the management has set what it really wants to define as a success, or it has validated its hypothesis or not, you don't have to bother. You just take on that journey and own the entire end-to-end system. I'll give you a practical example. The current place where I work, where I'll be stepping down this month, I basically just listen to clients and I go away and I own everything from beginning to the end. From research, from ideation to research to design to development, I own the entire process. I don't try to want to lean on to another person to do one or two things, right? And that's because I'm also coming from a place of somebody who has founded the project before and it failed. I'm also coming from a place of marketing, sales, and having thorough different backgrounds, right? So it helps me understand. What I just do is I listen to the clients. I come on call, listen to the clients, and ask a few questions. All I want to understand is define success for me, right? Or help me identify what you really want to. Sometimes I don't put the questions out there. I could say, for example, I remember when there was this golf project we wanted to work on. The question I asked was simple. What do you really want this solution to end up doing? When the man said what he wanted to do, so I asked a few follow-up questions, validated what he wanted. I said, okay, give us a week, I would come back with something. So I went off, got some resources, sketched out something, we presented to him, he said, yeah, and he was like, something like that is what he wants. That's when we realized I wanted to build an in-house golf management system that is more like a membership-based, but it does not follow the traditional golf management flow. That was how we got to work on that one. I remember also a client, a recent client, which I am handing over the product this week, is an ERP solution, right? And I remember having the first call with her. The first thing I said is, this product is not built for an African market. And she said yes, and we started digging it out on how we can realign it. And I remember making some post about it earlier this year, where she said for the first time in 10 years, it's the first time she's proud to be a Nigerian. That was because I understood what she really wanted. I broke it down for her, gave her questions back, she gave me answers, and we got that. And what really helped me is resources, a lot of resources. And most of these resources are not just PM resources, right? Sometimes it's listening to podcasts, sometimes it's watching videos, sometimes it's personal experience, sometimes it's book. I still recommend that every product manager read this book called the 12-Week MBA. It will help you a lot. It won't help you to understand product requirements or build. It will help you think like an entrepreneur. For example, now metrics. I remember one of the solutions I also built for the company where I am living, is a learning management system and a tutor management system. So the tutor management system, to understand how the impact of the tutors is working, I decided to say, okay, you know what? We could use Amplitude, we could use what's it called now? Google Analytics, we could use every kind of mixed panel and the likes, right? But there is nothing like your system which automatically has some raw data, even the back end, right? That even some permissions you won't give to external systems, right? There's nothing bad in having an internal analytics that can help you break down some criteria. So I decided to work on something. In sketching out those metrics is because I realized that for each different stakeholder, value is relative. And I was from this book last year. Another book I also recommend a lot to PMs is Hooked by Neya and what's it called now? The Business Masterclass by Brian Tracy, the Mini MBA or the Personal MBA by Josh Kaufman. There is a product book that was released by, I've forgotten this founder of Calendly, forgotten his name, I think Uzomabe, I can't remember. But again, reading helped me a lot. And so I decided to say, okay, I want to combine the reading, the resources I've gotten, videos I watched, programs I took, and all of those kind of stuff. So I decided to look for things that are similar or even much more advanced. And that was why I started building this product management case that can help product managers get into this space, learn, implement, and build portfolios. The amazing thing is for each module, you have a strong portfolio. For example, now, I would be coming back to the job market, or I'm already in the job market again now, right? And I would want to hunt for product management role. One of the products I can showcase, even if I don't want to showcase any client's product, is my own. Right, I can say I can use Inegben. If you go to Inegben.xyz, you see what Inegben is. You can see the results publicly. Their public results, their testimonials, the metrics are there. When we crossed 4K, when we crossed this, when we had this, when we had graduates, testimonials are there. That alone serves as a portfolio for me as a PM. Now, some people might not value it, which is very relatively fine, right? But then again, it's just moves me away from being an audio PM to a realistic and validated PM in terms of our beauty product. So that is what I want to help product managers achieve, that you are not just learning. As you are learning, you are executing, you are building projects, you have portfolios. So even me myself, I would have to now, after I finish this or while working on this, I would have to build my personal portfolio myself every project, every product I've built so far, I would have to put them there. So yes, this is my video saying that this is what I was talking about a few weeks ago when I made a post that I am building something for the product managers, aspiring PMs, product managers, or currently team leaders. Or yeah. And the next track after this will be the 36. So we have this one is the 24. I'm coming, so I'm to understand because I broke it down into 2 categories. Okay. Yeah, so this is the 24 months one. So after this, we now work on the 30 months one. Now, this 24 months one can be finished in 1 year actually. You can't finish it in 3 or 6 months. It's not possible because for each one you have to build the project. So the project is what takes time. That is why we made it 24 months. So that you want to assume you will spend 3 to 6 months learning, then you would practically have to spend almost 1 year building projects, real projects, reading and exploring. So that's it. So yeah,